Hey guys, I am here with my second year law school update. So now that the second year has come and gone, I thought it would be good to kind of give you guys an idea of what happened, the classes that I took, and things like that. So yeah, so if you want to hear about my law school update, then please continue watching. So fall semester to me was probably the most boring semester of my second year of law school. It was kind of time consuming. We took constitutional law 2, we did evidence, then we had a procedure class. I took advanced legal writing, which is a core class, but you don't have to take it. And then I also took 2 electives, which I took trust and law office practice. And I mainly took law office practice just to get an easy A, which I ended up getting a B+, which is kind of annoying. But and then trust, I took trust because it is going to be on part of the Texas bar, so I went ahead and took that class as an elective just so I can get an idea of what trust was, and so it won't be so brand new when I actually sit down and start studying for the bar. Con Law 2 basically was my favorite class of the whole semester, even though it was extremely hard, especially because the teacher that we had. The whole concept of Con Law 2 was definitely harder than Con Law 1, because Con Law 1 we learned like taking clause, contract clause, dormant clause, and stuff like that. And Con Law 2 you mainly got into, that's when you got into freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and things like that. So it was more complex and definitely harder than you would think. Just a lot of small tests that you needed to know, depending on like if it was a different type of speech, certain tests you had to use and stuff like that. So that was really hard, but I actually really like constitutional law because I also enjoyed evidence, just because it's a simple fact that it's like it's a lot of information. It's a really important class, but I feel like people kind of glance over it, but it's really important because it's like basically it's telling you the type of evidence that you can bring in, you can't bring in, what you hear in court and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed that class. It was extremely hard, definitely one of the hardest classes that I've taken in law school, just because it was just so much information and it was kind of hard to understand. You had to really like sit with it to understand it. So it was definitely one of the hardest classes. Advanced legal writing, we basically wrote a appellate brief, and so that was basically all of fall semester. I still felt like fall semester I was still kind of new to law school, but not new, if you get what I'm saying. Second semester I liked the most. I think was my favorite semester out of all the 4 semesters I've been in law school so far. Just the classes we took to me were a lot more interesting and a lot more intriguing, so I absolutely loved that. We took the second procedure class. We did criminal procedure. We did trial advocacy, business entities, and then I took conflict of laws. So those were the classes that I took. My favorite classes would definitely have to be in criminal procedure and trial ad, just because criminal procedure you basically learn about your rights if you were to get arrested and stuff like that. Like it tells you about your protections, what you have when you get arrested, the right to remain silent, stuff like that, your right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures, and just things like that. So I really enjoyed that. Like the cases of that was extremely interesting, and just was the first time I actually didn't mind reading cases for class, and so that's definitely a first. Another class that was interesting was trial advocacy, which we called it trial ad, which basically we did a trial, and my group, we did a criminal case, and we literally had to like do a mock trial. Like we filed motions, we argued motions, we had to find our own witnesses, we had to direct witnesses, cross witnesses, and then we had to make objections. And that's when you had to know your like rule of evidence from the fall semester. You had to know what you couldn't just object and just say, oh, object hearsay. You had to actually explain why you're objecting and stuff like that. And then we also had to give opening and closing statements. So I love that class. The amount of work you had to do leading up to it was a lot, but like when you all put it all together, it was really interesting. This year it's even though I'm getting into my last year of law school, it is going to be a lot stressful. Focus on school, but I also this summer I will be taking I will be studying for my MPRE, because I will take that in August, and then shortly after graduation I will start studying for the bar. So I do take the bar in July of 2016, and I will be taking the Texas bar. So I feel like, yeah, school is so exciting that I'm about to be finished, but then at the same time I have like two of the biggest hurdles coming up in front of me that I have to do extremely well on. So that's always in the, well, it was in the back of my mind, but now it's like halfway, because it's literally, it's like there. So that's really all I have on my second year law school update. I know you guys want more questions about the LSAT and how I study and stuff like that, and I definitely plan on making that for you guys sometime within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Just, yeah, so bear with me, but it is coming. And yeah, and also if you have questions and comments that you want me to do like a law school Q&A, then leave those questions underneath this video. I will also link my first law school update underneath this video, so you guys can check that out. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.